Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Comedy Alley. I am your DJ, BK Broiler, for this evening. Are you ready to have a fantastic show tonight? I said, are you ready to have a fantastic show tonight? We have a fantastic lineup for you, and it is my pleasure to introduce you to your host for this evening's festivities. Legend says Vikings left him on the banks of Aurelia. Other smarter people have told me he was born in an alley. He crafted this space to remind him of home. Please give a warm welcome to your host and captain of Laughing Vikings, Lars Classington.
Oh, yeah. What an intro. What an intro. Keep that alley love going for BK Broiler, Brandon Knox, a.k.a. Ford Knox. The best alley DJ around, right? Who's with me? Just me? Is that only me? I'm no, just me, apparently. No, that's true. One more time. One more time. How's everyone doing in the alley tonight? You doing good? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. We are doing it alley style once again. Welcome to our Twitchers and our YouTubers and our Facebookers. And welcome to everyone who is here IRL. That means in real life lingo. You, sir. Hello. Yes. This is my boy Aaron Brown, also a brother of one of the performers tonight. That's good. Get your money. Get your money's worth. Aaron, fun fact about our audience member here, Aaron, on a former TV show that I was a part of, London Tonight with Jeff Leeson, Aaron was the applause sign guy. We used to call him applause sign Aaron. He would literally hold up a sign that said applause. Look at him. Does the alley need, I think the alley needs an applause sign guy. I got some Sharpies, and inside you'll find some Bristol board. If you go digging around and you want to do that even if all you do is just poke up in front of the live stream every once in a while, but at appropriate times, don't fuck up the show. We have some fantastic, I like how I'm also yelling at you, telling you not what to do. I'm telling you what to do and not what to do. We have a fantastic show as always. We have 4 acts for you, some of the best, and we have a special treat at the end. This is a show that has a treat. One of your performers is a special treat. This is called tension. I'm building tension for the viewers at home. You stick around for the end, because this is a real, we've been doing this for 18 weeks in a row. Can you believe that? Give it up for this alley for existing. For 18 weeks in a row. It was nothing before. This alley was nothing. And then I turned it into something, guys. I did this. No, we all did this. This is a beautiful thing. And a lot of magical things happen. See what I did there? That's it. I'm winking as I say magical. We got a special treat tonight. It's going to be, there's always magical shows in here, right, Brandon?
Yep.
You know it.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you on the mic?
I am on the mic.
Perfect. We're going live. Do it again. People at home, if you can hear BK, type it in. I like how I'm just gonna imagine I only talked to the people at home right now and just ignored every human being in the alley right now. That'd be a weird way to host, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it would be much different than what you usually do.
BK Broiler, everyone. Yes. Never in my life did I think that I was going to be, if I ever said, pretty sure one day in my life I'm going to spend 18 weekends in a row in an alley, I would be like, Lars, you are not doing too good, right? But it's actually amazing. This has been one of the most fantastic 18 weeks of my life, I think. No, I know. I don't know why I said I think at the end. This alley used to be nothing. You ever been in an alley that was nothing and then it was something? It fucking blows my mind every weekend. I could talk about this all day long and not get a single laugh, and I would be fine with that because I'm just mind-blown at what we do. You want to know how we did it? This is how we do it. Mostly umbrellas. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. The show is just about to begin. There they are. Have a seat. You guys came at the right time. Nothing has happened. Believe you me, People at the back, can you verify that they have missed absolutely nothing up until this point?
You didn't miss anything.
Thank you. We haven't missed a thing, but we missed you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
What I was just saying is I've spent 18 weekends in a row in an alley. Never in my life did I think I would do that. It's a weird thing. And it's umbrellas. It's mainly umbrellas, mainly wacky umbrellas. You're sitting under one. Did you notice?
Very nice.
Very nice. There was 9 of them. Now there's 8.
Ah.
And if you're wondering, if I want to start a show that's called Pimp My Alley, and I want people to come who have just a boring, shitty alley, and I'll be the guy that turns it into a fucking spectacle. Because we have some fantastic shows every single week. We turn this place into a fucking hotbed of. You've been here before too. You're back, so you can attest to this.
Yeah, it came back.
I know you can attest to this. I like how right now I'm just lecturing all of you on how fucking amazing this place is, without saying anything funny whatsoever. It's not my job. I'm the host, man. I am the host. I put out the chairs. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just get up here and
You've done enough today.
yeah. I've been a busy man. You know what I did? Want to know about a life in the day of Lars? Guess what I did earlier? I went and I tried on medieval suits. I'm a 43-year-old man, and I spent a good chunk of my day trying on crowns today. But as a serious person, like in my head, I'm like, I'm doing a thing that makes total sense right now, and I need to do this. And oh, that crown looks good. Oh, can you show me the other crown? This one fits a little better. I was actually doing that today. It was for a play. I'm going to be in a play, guys. You guys ever heard of plays?
No.
They're great. They're so fun. Isn't fun fun? Do you guys ever think about that? Isn't fun fun? Is the fun is the funnest? Anyone disagree? Yeah. Fun is the most fun. You know how many times I've been having fun and I'm like, oh, this is so fun. I've never not been having fun and been like, oh, I'm having so much fun right now. And I've never been having so much fun and thought, oh, this isn't fun. Oh, wait, I'm having so much fun. This isn't fun at all. I've never done that at all. Fun is just the most fun thing. You guys, who's agree? I think about this stuff. Fun is fucking fun, right? What's the funnest thing? What's one of the funnest things for you? I want to get to know you guys by what's your favorite fun stuff. What's your favorite fun?
Roller coasters.
Fuck yeah, roller coasters are so fun. For some people, they're terrifying. And is anyone in the room who's just fucking terrified? This is the worst thing. I want to hear a fun fact about me. First time I was ever on a roller coaster was at the C&E, and there was one called the Double Looper. It was like a kiddie one, but it was kiddie, but it did have a loop. So it was like one up from, so I mean, you're upside down. That's a big deal in anyone's life, I feel. And so I feel like I was too young for it, but I was big enough to pass to get on. And my parents didn't want to take me, and I begged them. I was like, come on, please. And they're like, no, I don't. I think it's a little too big for you. I don't think you're old enough. And I was like, please, come on, please. And I went on with my brother and my dad and my mother in 2 separate cars and just fucking screamed the whole time in tears. Just, I want to get out there. And then you get like, you do the loop and you'd freak out. And then for a second, you're like, I'm okay. And then, it was atrocious, but after that, I love it. I got over it. Okay, they are fun. What about you? What's your most fun thing?
Most fun thing?
Like, what's a fun thing when
Eating.
you're doing it? You're like, fuck, this is fun.
Eating.
Eating? Ooh, eating is fun. What's the funnest thing to eat? Fondue's pretty fun, right?
Dessert,
Fondue?
yeah.
When's the last time you had a good old fondue? You had a bunch of your friends around, you dipped your fingers on food, and everyone had finger foods.
Before
Are
COVID.
fondues done? Panda is fun. I feel like
Fondue's done.
buffets and fondues are done. Like there's just like never again. No, there's signs. There's going to be government, City of Toronto signs in front of businesses and residences, and everywhere we go, we're going to have to log in with an app, say that we all agree not to fondue. No more fondues. So many fun things can't exist anymore. God damn it. If you want to have a party with a buffet and a bunch of fondue people, remember fondues? You'd be impressed. If you went to if you were at like a work function or a convention center, there's a big chocolate fondue, that can never happen again. Is there a way to antiviral of like, if there is fondues, but you have to get into a full hazmat outbreak suit and walk in, and it's all single use. And the minute you use the fondue, they just torch it and it's disposable. and another one gets unveiled, and it's just a one-person fondue. That's it. That'd be fun, eh? Fondues are fun. Now we're going. Now we're kicking. Now old Larsy boy is getting into it, isn't he? Instead of just standing here like this and staring at you. Guys, we got a fucking great show tonight. Did you guys know that I'm also running for office?
No.
Did you guys realize this? You didn't? Okay, so and while I'm announcing it to you, people online and people in the back have heard this, but I'm going to run for office. I'm dual citizen with the States, so I've got a passport for both countries. So I'm going to announce it to you. I'm going to tell you guys, and I hope I can gain your support. So that not financially, I just want you to be behind me.
Okay.
I want your gumption to be able to add it to my gumption, and I got gumption when I want to do something. I'm a guy who looked at a barren alley and was like, I'm going to make it magical and have fun in this alley. And if I can do that, I can turn America and Canada into Canada America or Americanada. And I'm going to run for prime president of Americanada, Canada America. I think it has to be both of those. We've debated often. This is a thing that I've been working through this each week and actually building some support. I think Brandon, true or false, we got a lot of headway so far in the campaign.
We've given away a lot of pizza, and people are very happy about that.
Right. So here's the deal. This is my campaign entirely. Because do you guys vote in the last election?
Yes.
Did you feel fucking great about your choice and really confident that the person you were choosing was not the worst? Here's the thing with voting these days. I don't feel like you're voting for like, yes, this person gets it. They understand. They're me. They're doing things for everyone. It's just like, who's the least shitty of them, right? You're nodding. You knew exactly. Like, who's the least criminal of them? That kind of is how it feels, right? Yeah. It feels like who's going to do the least amount of damage. That's kind of how it is, and doesn't seem overtly like a villain from a cartoon. Like that's often what you're voting for. Like, I know that guy doesn't look like the villain. He looks like the good guy. I'm pretty sure he's pretty much a villain. That's what it's like. So I want to run as one of the good guys, and I'm just going to throw some things out here. I think in a debate, you should actually not be allowed. You get DQ'd or some buzzer comes if you say anything about the other guy. And here's what that goes back to. If you can't say anything nice, don't say any fucking thing at all. All of her mothers said that. So next debate, it's like you can only talk about the good stuff that you're going to talk about. That's it. Never mind anybody else. You understand? You with me? Who's with me? You going to vote for me? Fucking right. Okay. And I haven't even unveiled anything yet. I haven't even unveiled any of it yet. So here's most of my entire platform. Free pizza for everybody.
Okay, I think I'm up for you.
You on board? Yeah. Don't tell me that if you just like free pizza for everyone. And I know some people, like the skeptics, you're like, oh, but how's he going to pay for it? I'm going to give you the same answer every other politician gives you on how they're going to pay for it. It's all imaginary anyways, guys. I'm going to give you pizza. Just vote for me. And I'm not going to run for the Republican Party. I'm not going to run for the Democrats. I'm not going green. I'm not doing NDP. I'm not doing conservatives. I'm not doing PPC. I'm not doing communist. Can you believe there's a communist party still? Props to them. I was surprised. I went and I was like, whoa, someone's still just giving it with the old hammer and sickle like that. I thought we figured that out. Like, at least rebrand, right? At least call it something else. Like, I feel like that's, but kudos to them. I'm not going to run for any of those. I'm going to run, of course, Lars. I'm going to pitch you guys right here. I would like to be the new prime president of Canada, America, Canada, as the leader of the pizza party. Right? And here's the deal. If you hop on board my grassroots campaign, you can host a pizza party where you invite all your friends and I just provide the pizza. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty fucking good. And I think I can get the right pizza chains to sponsor the whole thing. Right? And we'll have vegan options, of course. We'll look into the carbon footprint of the company that provides the pizza. Maybe it'll also be an NFT somehow. By the way, this whole thing's an NFT right now. You're an NFT. You're an NFT. Does anyone not know what an NFT is right now? Yeah. And I've explained it to you 1,000 times. That's the same as everyone else. Everyone here has been told what an NFT is 1,000 times. And literally, I read a definition of it, and I thought to myself, literally every word you just said didn't exist 10 years ago. It was just a list of jargon words that 10 years ago would literally mean nothing. Like you could have, it sounded like when you read a description of Bitcoin and NFTs and crypto, it almost feels like you're reading a Dr. Seuss book because you're like, this is all make believe. This is all just fun make believe stuff. But I'm fully on board. Welcome. You guys are here for the show, I see. You're in for a treat. How did you find us? Oh, is that Brent? Who is that? Jonathan. I can't see you, and I haven't seen you since a pandemic ago. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Jonathan Brent in the house. Where'd you guys come from? Toronto? Perfect. All right. You guys are in for a treat. I was just pitching how I'm going to run. We'll talk about it later. I'm going to pitch you, and I'm going to hand out some flyers later. But I'm running for Prime President of Canada, America, Canada, as the leader of the pizza party. My platform is free pizza for everyone. But if it comes down to the wire, and people, if I feel like right at the 11th hour, people aren't down with the pizza and it's not tipping the scales, my final platform is going to be this: unlimited everything, always free, or double your money back. What do you want?
Free.
Pizza.
Double your money back.
Perfect. Yeah, we got it down. What do you want? Unlimited everything, always free, or double your money back. Free pizza. Something like that, right? Something like that. I think we're figuring it out here. Yeah, we are. We are. But here's how I'm going to fuck everyone. Like every politician. Yeah, I'm going to promise all this. I'm going to tell you right up front. I'm going to tell you right up front what I'm going to do. I'm promising free pizza for everyone. And then at the 11th hour, unlimited everything, always guaranteed free, or double your money back. But where I'm going to fuck you is on the dipping sauce. That's right, $2.99, $3 dipping sauce. You're all fucked on dipping sauce. I want to make all the money back. You guys are going to be like, oh, we have all this free pizza. We need something to dip it in. But I'm going to charge 3 Ether and 57 Bitcoin. I'm going to be charging Bitcoin for, that's how I'm going to make all the money. I'm going to be a crypto pizza dip trillionaire. I'm going to be the first pizza dip trillionaire prime president of Canada, America. I think we just figured it all out right there. All right, welcome to the show, guys. It's going to be a little more of that. I'm your host. I'm going to be dipping off and in there a little while. I should also let you know, though, that this alley, did you guys know that this alley here is now a comedy alley, but it used to not be a comedy alley. For a while, it was just a regular alley, nothing going on at all. But before that, it was a bowling alley. Did you guys know that? In the back, did you guys know that for a brief time? I looked into the history of this place. That used to be, Broadview Hotel used to be Jilly's, a strip club, real nasty strip club. One time found half a DVD, like shards of porno DVD on the roof. I'm like, where did that come from? The old Broadview Hotel that used to be a strip club and used to rent out rooms by the hour. If you're wondering how a shard of a porno DVD gets on a roof of a building. That was my guess. I'm like, I bet that came from up there. It was like, maybe the roofer, while he was installing the roof, brought a DVD player and started watching porno on the roof. No, it came from that place. And it also used to be a bowling alley. I believe we have a clip. Brandon, do we have a clip?
Yes, we do.
We do have a clip.
Yes.
Can we cue the clip up?
All right, rolling the clip.
We're going to roll the clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bowlerama Slamma Jamma, brought to you by Jilly's. Bet your DVD and a spacious room all to yourself. Now, back to the bowling. Lars Classington is 3 strikes away from a perfect game. He is winding up. He is going in for the kill. He is stretching out his legs. He winds up. Is he going to do it? Can he complete the perfect game? And he goes! And it's rolling. It's rolling. It's rolling. Oh, it's a strike, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Little Lars can do no wrong tonight.
Fuck yeah.
Can he complete it, though? Some of us are skeptical here in the audience. He has gotten close to a perfect game, but never quite there. Please remember that we are brought to you by Jilly's, a spacious rent with a very own DVD player. We do it right at Jilly's. He is testing the wind in the air. As you can tell, this is an outdoor bowling alley. Yes, something is in the holes. What is that? Is that custard? No, it's something grosser. Oh God, no. And he goes in for the wind up. He stretches out his legs as he usually does. He goes, winds, and releases. Oh, please, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, get that chicken off the field, but still a perfect strike. A perfect strike regardless of the chicken, went right through it, feathers and all. He seems to be going for his last ball. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. A perfect game, score of 300. What will he do? Lars Glassington winds up. He goes, he readies himself. He gives himself the little old granny step. 1 inch, 2 inch granny throw. Here we go. And oh no! Oh, he cut off his own finger, ladies and gentlemen. It's a massacre. There is blood everywhere. Oh, I don't know how I can go on. Oh, that was scary to me. Oh no. Oh gosh. He's saying he's fine. He's going to bowl again, everybody. He's going to bowl again. Let's get the crowd into it. Come on. Go, Lars. Go, Lars. Go, Lars. With your hobbled fingers. Go, Lars. Go, Lars. Bowl. It's rolling. It's rolling. It's rolling. It's rolling. He did it, ladies and gentlemen. A perfect game for little Lars. Oh, I can see his father beaming in the audience now. What does he have to say after his perfect game?
And we're back, everyone. Thanks for the clip, Brandon. That was a clip of when this place used to be a bowling alley. Jesus Christ. What is that? Come on. Come on. Come on. Maybe we'll trim it a little bit. We did that one, believe it or not, we did that once and it was 10 frames long. Then we went to 3 balls. We'll do 1 ball next time. 1 ball alley. How you guys doing? How's everyone's core temperature? Yeah? Okay. Feel free to monitor your own core temperatures. I'm just going to disclaim that right now. I'm not responsible for any of your core body temperatures. I believe it's 8 degrees right now, but fucking kudos to you guys. You're fucking troopers. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah, you deserve it. You guys deserve it. You ready for your first act of the night? Give them some alley love. Remember, this is not a bowling alley. It was a bowling alley. It's not a bowling alley. It's a comedy alley. And with enough love and support in this alley, some of these comedians you're going to see tonight will not have to leave Canada. They can just stay and continue to perform in alleys with your help. So please, this guy, he's originally from Saskatchewan. Then he moved here. He's been running shows in a park called Cowbell Comedy. Please, first time in the alley, give him some alley love. Braden Lynch, everyone. Braden, come on down. Keep it going for Lars, everyone. Yeah. How are we doing tonight? We're doing good?
Doing good.
Yeah, I love being outside when it's freezing. I mean, I'm from Saskatchewan. It's not too bad. Hey, not too bad. I got my long johns on, not going to lie. Anybody else long johns? Anybody? Not wearing it? You know what a long john is? You do? I'm not talking about the donut. Those are good, though, eh? Fucking chocolate long john. I fucking them pretty good. Yeah. I used to run shows down at the Music Garden. It was like down by the harbor front. And we would always like keep the show going, you know, even if it was raining. And I remember there was one time it was raining and it was like lightning out. And we were all like hiding under the tree, like the big willow tree. And there was like, it was kind of somewhat dry, right? And then the guy who runs the shows with me, Drew, he goes, dude, we got to get out of here. Like, we shouldn't be underneath the tree while it's lightning. That's dangerous. And I'm like, what? Like, I've never heard that in my life. I'm like, lightning's going to go for the highest metal object. He's like, no, like, it also goes for trees. I'm like, I've never heard that before. And he's like, yeah, because you're from Saskatchewan. There's no fucking trees there. Like, why would anyone have ever told you that, right? And I got thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, like, I never really did learn anything about trees. Like, I think about it, like, at our school, like, I don't even think there was a book. Like, in the library, there was, like, a tree book, but it was just, like, covered in dust. Nobody saw it, you know. When I moved out here, you know, I fucked my neck right up, you know. I was just staring up at maples the whole time, you know. It's like, what is this? You know, beautiful. All right, that's a good one. I'm trying. Round of applause if you out there if you're on antidepressants. All right, yeah. So I was trying to do medication, and I went to get my antidepressants today. And Shopper's Drug Mart, they tell me, I said, oh, how much is that? She goes, $180. I'm like, oh my God. So I go back to my doctor, and I'm like, yeah, like, I don't think this medication's going to work out. I need a different one. She's like, oh, why? I'm like, the price alone is fucking depressing me. Like, you know, I don't think I want to fucking pay $180 for 30 pills. All right. I'm just going to do this. It's probably easier. Okay.
Yeah, anybody get out of a toxic relationship during COVID? Anybody, round of applause if you got out of a toxic relationship. Yeah. I feel like you were the toxic one with that fucking mullet. He likes to party, right? Fucking right. Yeah, I mean, like, I got out of a toxic relationship too, and I was like, I didn't know work on myself, and I was like, fuck her, she's the problem, right? And I got into like another relationship right away, and then I found out I was in fact the problem all along. And it was shitty dating during COVID, right? It was shitty because like there was nothing to do. Everything was locked down, right? It was like you're just hanging out at each other's place, right? And on the third date, you were seeing things you should have saw like 6 months into a relationship, right? Like on our second date, I took a shit in her condo. I shouldn't have, like, that shouldn't have happened, On our first date, we went to the bedroom, and I swear her bed was broken. Like the leg of her bed was broken, and I was like, that's fucking alarming. Like also kind of exciting. I'm in for the ride of my life, apparently, I'm from Saskatchewan. I wrote a bowl. I'm like, let's get to it, But me being from Saskatchewan, I see a window of opportunity, right? And I'm like, oh, your bed's broken. I'm like, your bed's broken. I'm like, I can fix that. I can fix that for you. I even got the part back at home. And she's like, oh my God, really? You can fix it for me? And I'm like, yeah. Probably not going to be able to break it again, though. Not sure what's going to make you happier. I feel like it's fucking you hard enough that I break your bed, right? So I fixed her bed, and then she had me doing all these other like chores around the house. She's like, oh, my sink's clogged. Do you think you can come unclog my sink? And I'm like, all right. So I come over on Valentine's Day. I bring a plunger over, right? And I start like plunging it, and I'm like dirty talking it. And like I get it clean, and she's like looking at me just mortified, right? Well, you like that? And she's like, no, not at all. I'm like, well, it's free, And then she's like, oh, my car, do you think you could change the oil on it? And I'm like, what? I'm like, all right. So I go and I change the oil on her car, no biggie, And then I come back up, and she's like, you think you could pack up the moving truck with your shit? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, have I been working for free this entire time? Am I getting broke up with, or am I getting fired? Because I don't remember getting paid. It was like, it's weird, like, when a relationship ends, right? Like, it's like, I left all the shit, at her place, should I go and like pick it up, whatever, like with this girl when it ended, it wasn't too bad. I left a book there, it was for back pain because she had scoliosis and I was hit by a car. So I'm like, something we have in common. I leave the book there, right? I leave a card in there and then my toothbrush, right? And I'm like, it's fine, whatever, I can lose that shit. But I keep thinking about like her using my shit with some other guy, right? She's like, she's reading the book, it's helping out her lower back pain. They're fucking in great positions because she can get her legs back there now, And they're playing my card games. They're having a great time, right? They're using my toothbrush to clean the toilet. I'm like, all right, maybe our love didn't last forever, but that fucking toothbrush will. All right, that one is mediocre. What else? No, I mean, it was kind of crazy though, because like, she was like, she was kind of she was a little bit of a pretentious cunt, I think. And here's why: she had a tushy, one of those tushy bidets. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So she had a tushy bidet, and she told me that her colon was so clean from using the tushy bidet that she didn't even need to wipe after she went to the washroom. I was like, that is disgusting. And she's like, is that disgusting, or is it disgusting that you, as a 33-year-old man, have probably never cleaned your colon, never flushed it? I'm like, well, no, I haven't, So I was like, started getting like self-conscious about it. So I go and I was like, I shit one time, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to use this fucking tushy, right? So there's like this knob, right? And I do my thing, and I'm done. And there's this knob, and you like turn the knob up, and it just starts giving you a little spray, right? And I'm like, this feels pretty fucking good. I don't know if I played for the right team. Like, I like ass play, right? It's just a little tickle though, and I'm like, all right, it feels good, but it's like maxed out. And I'm like, how? I'm like trying to get water in there. It's not working. So I see there's this lever. That's the only thing I haven't flicked yet. And I flick this lever, and I immediately start getting fucked by this laser stream of water. And it's just like, and I flick it off, and I swear my asshole made this face like it was drowning and trying to get air. It was just like, and then water fell out of my ass. It was in there for like 7 seconds. I don't even know what happened, And for the next 4 hours, I walked around with wet farts. Like I think I would rather take a dirty colon at this point, I do like the shows outside, though. I like the shows outside because it's like it's crazy things happen that you don't, that you wouldn't expect happen. In the alley. I mean, it's kind of we're in an alley. I mean, if a cat came down, that'd be pretty crazy. But I mean, I was at one show, and it was like it was out a patio, and then in the park behind the patio, we were watching, and us comedians were like kind of back there watching, and we saw this dude start to overdose. I call 911. I run up. I do like CPR on the guy. The fucking 911 shows up. They rush the guy to the hospital. The police called me that night. They said, "Hey, we just want to let you know that the ambulance, like the paramedics said, if you didn't do what you did, that guy would have died. Like you saved his life." And I was like, "Oh my god, like that's crazy, right?" And then the next day, because it happened at the comedy show, all my buddies were talking to me. They're like, "Dude, you're a hero. You're a fucking hero." And I'm like, honestly, I don't think I am. Like, I think any one of you guys would have done the same thing. And I said to my buddy, I'm like, "You would have done the same thing if you were there." And he's like, "No, I wouldn't have at all." He's like, "I would have ran away." He's like, "But you did because you're a good guy." And I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm a good guy. I guess I got like good karma now, right?" Which is weird for me because my whole life I've always been hearing what a piece of shit I am, what a bad guy I am, right? And that's just from my parents, right? So it's like I had to like think about this, and then I was like, remember the song. I'm like, oh, I'm a good guy now. But then I remember the song, "Only the Good Die Young." I'm like, well, I don't want to be a good guy. I need to get some bad karma back. Like, what am I going to do, right? Beat up a little kid, give a girl HPV? I don't know, because I want to be like an old, grouchy fucking grandpa down at the lake, right? When I'm like in my 60s, like I'm fishing, in the boat, like out on the water. It's peaceful, beautiful. My grandkids are there, and I'm like, "You always remember what I taught you." And they're like, "Yes, Grandpa, more people should have died during the coronavirus," right? I'm like, wake up in the morning, I'm like drinking whiskey, fucking shooting balls off my fucking dock, right in the water. My grandkids come running down. They're like, Grandpa, don't, those balls are going to be in the lake forever. Your generation did enough polluting of the fucking planet. And I just like push him in the water. I'm like, shut up. Then my douchebag son starts running down, and he's like, "Little Timmy can't swim." I don't even have a son, but I assume he's a douche, I turn around, I start rifling fucking piss missiles at him, right? He's like, "This is why Mom left you." And I'm like, "This is why." I'm like, "No, Mom left because she's a fucking whore." All right? I don't know. Nothing really is gonna like end out good, and I think like I feel like more people should have died throughout the whole process. I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking that, like, yeah, there was a lot of people that died during COVID, but not enough. I feel like a lot more should have, It was just a little rant. Okay, Tushy, done. Oh yeah, I was talking about my ex-girlfriend, and here's the thing: like I did love my ex-girlfriend. I did love her, but I know that I didn't love her enough that I would like get shot for her, like take a bullet for her, But like if that scenario happened, and like say Mullen McGee here was like pointing a gun at like you guys, it was like, oh, like one of you is taking the fucking bullet, Like I'm shooting one of you. I would volunteer to take the bullet. Because if we made it out of that situation okay afterwards, and I didn't volunteer, she'd be like, "What the fuck was that back there? Like, you don't love me enough? You wouldn't take a bullet for me?" You guys, I would rather get shot and die than to go through that fucking argument, right? I would. And say I got like it was a flesh wound, right? And I'm in the hospital recovering the next day. She'd be like, at my bedside. She's like, "Oh my God, this is real love. You took a bullet for me. I love you so much." Guys, if we have birthday sex, how about gunshot wound sex, eh? I think that's what we need to strive for in our relationships. I'm telling you. I played high school football. I played high school football back in Saskatchewan, and I remember like my last game of high school football, I was kneeling in the end zone at halftime. And my coach, he told all us seniors, he was like, "Hey," he's like, "you seniors, like take these next 30 minutes in because this is the last time you guys are going to play football. Because you all suck shit," right? And he's like, "But like make the memories, make it count," right? So I remember like for the next 30 minutes, the guy I was lining up against, I played defense, he was offense, and we lined up against each other. I knew he was a senior because he was from like a town close to us, right? So we were both grade 12s, and for that 30 minutes, like we slugged it out. We left it all in the field. We cheap shot at each other. I think I spit on him at one point. And like at the end of the game, we got up and we had like this bro hug, and like we did this like handshake, and it was like we shared this moment of like last game ever, It was such a bond, And like looking back, I know that in my life, if I was destined to fuck a dude, it would have been that guy, And I bet you when he looks back, he's just like, "I really love playing football." I also I worked at A&W, I worked at A&W when I was in high school. I worked at A&W, and I remember I was like 15 when I was at the Dub, and there was this dude who was in grade 12. He was about to graduate, and he's about to graduate. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, dude, like you're gonna graduate, you're going out in the world. Like, what's your dream? Like, what's your goal? Like, what are you gonna do in your life?" He's like, "Honestly, I want to be the first guy to spontaneously combust in front of a crowd of people." And I was like, "What does spontaneously combust mean?" He's like, "It's when your body explodes into flames and you die." And I'm like, "Why do you want that to be your goal, man?" He's like, "Because apparently it's happened to a lot of people." He's like, "But it's never been witnessed by anyone." He's like, "There's videos or pictures of them before, but never as it happens." He's like, "So I want to do it in front of a crowd of people." I'm like, "Dude, that's fucked up. Like, that's such a specific goal to have. Like, set achievable goals, but realistic, And so I said to him, I'm like, "Well, how are you going to do this, man? Like, how are you going to do it?" He's like, "Well, I've been doing research, and all the people who spontaneously combusted, they were massive alcoholics. So I figured that's a good place to start." And I'm like, "All right, man. Well, all the best to you, And didn't think of the guy until fucking. It was a few months back. I was like thinking about like shit, and I was like, "Hey, tell me, oh yeah, that dude." And I looked him up, and it turns out he actually did fucking explode. He turned, yeah. A round of applause for that guy. He got his fucking accomplished his dream, right? I'm kidding. He didn't spontaneously combust. He did die, though. It's kind of a sad twist. He died of alcoholism. I know. Another sad twist. He didn't die. He's still working at A&W. Yeah, he's not even manager. He's still flipping birds. Happy ending, right? Happy ending. I hate when people are always like, I want to die in my sleep. I want to go peacefully in my sleep. That would be an awesome way to die, peacefully in my sleep. Some of the worst moments I've ever had in my life were fucking laying in a bed. I'm like so depressed, like anxious. I'm like, I want to fucking die. Like, how do you know that these people died peacefully in their sleep and they weren't like, oh, like the worst fucking death of all time, most miserable, depression, anxiety. Okay. Those pills are starting to, maybe I should. Okay. I went to the library today. I was doing some printing at the library. It's a good resource. Go check it out. I went to the library, and there was a sign up in the library that said, "Skip the courtroom, have your divorce at the library." And I'm like, what? I feel like divorces aren't silent processes, Like, I think there's gonna be a little bit of yelling, Like, you picture fucking some librarian like shushing some guy as he's in the middle of his divorce. He's like, shh. He's like, me? Shh. I'm about to lose fucking the cottage, half my Corvette, You shush while I fucking take half your books out of here without renting them, Okay, I saw one of my friends. He told me, "Did you guys know that when you go to the grocery store and you buy chicken breasts, that's female meat that we're eating? It's female meat because chickens are the females and roosters are the males. And so if we were eating rooster chicken titty the whole time, it would like say that, right? But then I looked into it. You can't eat the rooster anywhere. Like I went to Kensington Market. I was like, I want to eat the rooster. You can't fucking get it. You know why? I just feel like guys aren't tasty, Right, smelly party, if I was going to eat a human, I'm not going for Mullet McGee here, But a female, like a calf, I feel like that's a tenderloin, You really sink your teeth. I don't know. I think it'd be a lot, better meat. And it fucked me up, man, because my buddy was like, "No, the rooster's the male, the female's the chicken." I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. Because usually it's women that are annoying in the morning, right? They're like, "Wake up! You're late for work. Cock I don't do." I'm going to tell you this before I get out of here. I love living in Toronto. I moved here from Saskatchewan a few years ago, and I love it here because there's interesting crime that happens here. Like people getting murdered and like fucking robbed and shit. Like that stuff's fascinating to me, Like mafia and stuff like that. I love that shit, right? Because the most interesting crime going on back in Saskatchewan right now, it just made national news. It was called the Great Hay Bale Heist of Hazelmore. And these guys robbed 12 bales of hay, and it made national fucking news. CBC Global are reporting this, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, 12 bales of fucking hay. How shitty of a criminal do you have to be where you're like, "Oh, what should we rob this week, boys? A jewelry store, maybe a bank?" And they're like, "No, let's get a flat deck trailer, go load up a couple of hay bales," right? I posted one of the articles on my Facebook, you know, it was like, hey, crime, like hay thieves in Saskatchewan, you know? And one of my buddies back home goes, hey, it's $200 to bail, bud. And somebody else commented at 300 in some parts, pal. You know, like those guys got out of there with $3,600 worth of hay. You know, that's not a heist. That's theft under 5,000. You know. And I swear, the Global News article that said hay crimes expected to rise in Southwest Saskatchewan. Hay crimes expected to rise. I'm like, that sounds so fucked up. Hay crime sounds identical to hate crimes, right? It's so weird. And it's not surprising that Saskatchewan only cares about one of those crimes, right? All right, I mean, Braden Lynch, thank you guys. Yeah. This is great. I love the alley. This is fucking awesome. Keep going for Lawrence.
Woo!
Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. He's been running shows in a park for the last 18 weeks, and I've been running shows in an alley. We were talking over Instagram. We were like, we haven't been able to do each other's shows because he's been in a park and I've been in an alley. We're basically living a homeless man's dream, but with a microphone and a PA. I think maybe we solve a little bit of homelessness by just finding people who are currently living in alleys and parks, and we just give them a PA. And if you build it, they will come, and all of a sudden they have this successful enterprise in their alley. Right? Who's with me?
Totally.
Who's with me? He was mentioning the Tushy. For those of you who are repeat visitors here, you will notice all inclusive with your ticket price in our bathroom is a Tushy installed. That's right. We got a bidet in here. No extra charge. It's not an extra charge. It's part of your ticket price. Because like I was saying before, free pizza for everyone, but also we're going to take care of both ends here at the pizza party. With all that greasy discount pizza I'm giving, the least I can do is help you clean up that mess. Yeah. I actually, I want to get into the bidet business. Does anyone in the room own a bidet? First of all, other than me, am I the only one? I always like when I say the room, like I'm in an actual room and not an alley without a roof. This is not a room, for the record. This is an alley. You do have one?
A tushy.
You have a Tushy. Great. Okay. Great minds think alike. Anyone else? No one else? And if you were wondering, like, he's like, how is this better? I mean, if you had shit on your floor, would you clean it up with paper and then walk away, or would you like wash it with water? What would you? It's like, it's really, if you're going to clean up shit, you want to actually clean it up, not just smear it around. So we got one here, right? Really, that's all you're doing. We've all been there, especially if you got a hairy butt. There's no way anything's clean. You're just like, oh God, I don't need to explain it all for you. You guys can do some of that. You've seen the cartoon bears in the commercials demonstrating Klingons. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But I want to get into the business. I have what I believe is the Sleep Country Canada of bidet jingles. I think we'd all agree in this alley that Sleep Country Canada's jingle is one of the greatest jingles of all time. Am I right? And we can prove it. Sleep Country Canada. Right. And you fucking liked that while you were doing it. It was kind of fun. You were like, oh, am I going to do it? It was fun. Have you ever heard, you've never heard of that?
I'm from Canada.
Oh, where are you from?
Living in the US, Germany originally.
Okay, welcome. Well, you're learning about a Canadian legend right now. Christine McGee is her name. She's the CEO of a mattress company, which I believe never had a business plan. She had warehouses and warehouses full of mattresses, probably from a cheap overseas provider. Then she slapped a maple leaf on it. I mean, I don't know anything. Don't sue me, Christine. She's like, how dare he? But I think what she really had is she had the best fucking jingle of all times for mattresses, and it was Sleep Country Canada. Why buy a mattress anywhere else? And everyone's like, why would I buy a mattress anywhere else? They're like, I'm not going to. Thank you, Christine. I have what I believe is the Sleep Country Canada jingles of bidets, if that makes sense to you. I'm going to pitch you right now. Maybe you go back to Germany and be my bidetman in Germany, and you can send this, like, you could be on the ground floor here. So here's the jingle for I think a good company name, because there's no Bidets or Rust, there's no Bidet Depot, there's Tushy, which is an online brand, but there's no like business. I never see a commercial, I never read a newspaper ad or who's fucking reading the news? Of course I don't read a newspaper ad. I'm never reading the news. Who reads the newspaper? Anyway, you guys, you get it, right? Radio, I don't want to hear them. So I'm like, where are they selling them? So I want to open a store called Bob's Bidets. Bob's Bidets, and this is the jingle for Bob's Bidets, which I believe is the Sleep Country Canada jingle of bidets. Goes something like this. Come on down to Bob's Bidets, because with the bidet, you're always rim job ready. Bob's Bidets. Tell me that's not the best fucking bidet jingle you ever heard in your life. Yeah. One time I was in a small town and I unveiled that and I said to them, I was like, you guys ever own a bidet? And a husband and a wife had a debate right in front of me on whether they did or didn't own a bidet. And she was like, yeah, we have a bidet. That one in the upstairs, that in the old house, that was a bidet. I was like, oh, so they were debating bidets. I was witnessing a bidet debate. I was trying to do comedy, and people were having a bidet debate right in front of me, debating debates. Have you ever had a bidet debate? Try saying it right now. Say it to yourself, bidet debate. It's really fun. Bidet debate. I'm a really big bidet debater. Was anyone in the bidet debate club as a teen? Yeah, we're having a bidet debate. Bidet debate. You would have. I don't think you would have any idea what this is either. This is great.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I know this.
You got the Muppets in Germany?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the thing, right? If anything, if we learn anything from tonight, is that puppets bring people together. Puppets unite people. I will add that to my campaign. Free pizza and free puppets. All right, that's how it's going to go down. Feel free to use a bidet. As I mentioned, it is free of charge. Guys, your next act is a fucking treat. He's performed at JFL multiple times. He's been featured on Kevin Hart's LOL network, and he's here in a fucking alley for you. Please give it up for Chris Robinson. Chris Robinson.
Fun fact, I did a taping for Kevin Hart's LOL network. They never aired my set on Kevin Hart's LOL network. It's all right. I still use the credit though. Cold as fuck. Shit. Brayden said something about he's talking about the spontaneous combusting. Imagine there's somebody who just spontaneously busts. They're just driving their car. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Damn it. They're driving an Uber and shit. Sorry about that. I spontaneously bust every now and then. Nothing particularly triggers it. Wasn't you? Wasn't your voice? Nothing creepy or anything. Yeah, I'll turn the music up for sure. You wouldn't happen to have any napkins, would you? No? All right, cool. Good to know. Spontaneously bust. That wouldn't be the... I guess, yeah, that would suck as a disease to have. Hands down, the funniest disorder name is Asperger's. You know, I mean, obviously, there's nothing funny about the disorder itself, but the name, Asperger's, come on. That's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. Asperger's. That sounds like something that you refer to like a giant bear shit, you know? Like if there's like some dudes hunting in the woods, they went out bear hunting, they're like, oh yeah, looks like there's some tracks over there. Oh, yep. See some scratches on this tree. I think he's going around. Oh, a couple Asperger's. Right there. Look fresh, too. Those are nice, fresh Asperger's. He's going south. Let's pursue. Oh, it's a great name. Asperger's. Imagine you had a different ailment that was called like, oh man, you're never going to believe this. My brother got diagnosed with titty French fries. It's a damn shame, man. You know, good thing it wasn't testicle hot dogs. I mean, that would have been the worst. But just titty French fries it is. What else was I gonna tell you guys? Oh, so my kid, he went to what's it called? The old timey place, Black Creek Pioneer Village. So we took him to Black Creek Pioneer Village, It's like the 1900s. People are old timey, showing you how it is in the pioneer times, all that kind of shit. But it's just funny because they still have to follow fucking COVID protocol and shit. So everyone's like dressed like Anna Green Gables, but they got an N95 mask on their face. Oh yes, hello. My name's H.G. McGillicuddy. Would you kids like to come and hammer a nail? But make sure you squirt your hands with my homebrewed Purell first. And you're like, what? I mean, if you're gonna be old timey but still try and be like COVID safe, like at least be safe in an old timey way, Like have a dirty rag tied across your face. That's what I want. Or like, just like a sheep bladder. Just I don't know what they used, but something weird and gross from the old times to block their face. Like what did they use when they had the fucking influenza? Wasn't it just a rag that you peed on or something? I don't know. Isn't that it? That's what they should do. It sucks. It sucks when you see those people in the stores who have like the fucking industrial masks on with like the huge fucking like modern warfare masks, like straight up Chernobyl masks that they're rocking in a fruit market. You're just like, just so sketched out and shit. Just drinking pure alcohol. Like, buddy, relax, man. Like, it sucks. You're like, fuck, man, they got you, man. Like, the propaganda really got you. When they freak out that much. How crazy would it be if you went on a date, like a blind date, and the dude pulled up like that? He just came with a full mask on. Hey, how's it going today? Yeah, I just thought maybe we could go for a walk in the park, get some fresh air. What do you think? Any dude who wears one of those would for sure ask a girl to wear a female condom. He's like, just for protection, I'll wear a male one, you wear a female one. Is that, we'll double up. Just got to be safe, okay? I don't want a drop of moisture on me. Okay? This has to be completely dry sex. I remember one time I was leaving a store and I heard a lady squirt some stuff in her hand. And then she's like, ooh, I love it when it burns. Like, that's how you know it's working. I'm like, I don't know. You got to chill, lady. What else is good? Oh, yeah. So one of the best things about being in a long-term relationship is, you can just be open and like talk freely with your partner. And last week, my girl was like, yo, we're trying to smash. And she was like, yo, we can't. She's like, I don't want to have sex because my period just started. But if you want, I'll suck your dick. And I'm like, yeah, sounds sick. I'm down. She's like, all right, you want to like meet up and like reconvene in the bedroom in an hour? I'm like, you got it. And I played basketball that day. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to clean up, look nice for this event. So I sit down, start trimming the hedges, start, I take my time, getting real methodical with it, plucking, got to get the tweezers out to get the certain areas just to make sure it's like real smooth. I got a fucking jeweler's eye. I'm just, gotta make sure I get everyone there. But, I shaved a bunch, I plucked a bunch and cut it off. And then, I started going like a little further and stuff. And I was like, fuck, man, might as well do the taint too. Might as well work the taint. Who cares? I mean, she's not going to fucking go down there, but, it's nice to have a smooth little taint every now and then. Then I went even further. I shaved the butthole. I'm not going to lie, it feels great. Okay? The first the first like moment where you have it off, woo, you just feel light, you know, you got to bounce to your step. You're like, man, no wonder why girls always like got a little like, you know, swaying their hips, you know. I'm like, okay, I got it. It's nice. And it's like, honestly, when you shave your butthole, it's like taking the silencer off a shotgun. You know, it's just like I was letting them rip, and it was waking my kid up out of his sleep. It was incredible. He's like, well, Papa, huh? You playing video games again, Papa? What does that sound? It's great. But, man, after those first 2 days, you're like, fuck. It's so goddamn itchy. Shit, it sucks. You're like, it's not worth it. Why did I do it? There's 2 days of bliss and then 2 weeks of hell. So itchy. I remember one time I was scratching my ass so long, I was like out of breath. I like took off my pants. I was like, and then I went and sat down, and it was just like, oh my god. I'm like, why is it hard for me to breathe right now? I'm like, was I scratch my ass that hard and that long? Good God. Brutal. But yeah, like, so I did a whole like thing down there when I was in the bathroom. And then my girl came in and into the bathroom. She's like, you're still in the bathroom? I was like, yeah. She's like, what have you been doing for the past hour? I'm like, literally just prepping for this dick sucking. Like, that's all I've been doing for an hour. Like, I don't have anything else to do. So that just shows how much I love you, too. You know, that I do all this. I fucking put toner on it and shit. Coconut scented toner. Come on. That's love. No, witch hazels, coconut scented witch hazel. But I use it as toner. What else is good? Is there a fucking AC or something? Oh no, that must be the heat or whatever. But I wish a raccoon would jump out. That'd be pretty nice. I fucking love raccoons, man. So cute. Little trash pandas. They're the best. Except when they sneak up on you, you know? Well, they always sneak up on you, but I don't know. I'll smoke like a little joint out on my stairs every night, and every now and then I'll just turn your head and there's a raccoon just like chilling right there. And you're like, buddy, this isn't fucking food, okay? It's weed. Let me hit it. I'm like, no. Possums are probably the ugliest things to see. Oh my god. Ugh. Anytime you see those things, I don't know. Has anyone ever seen those around downtown? You ever seen a possum? Bruh, barf. They literally look like fucking demons, man. They are evil-looking creatures that God, I think he might have made a mistake on. You know, you see some animals, you're like, God didn't mean to make that on purpose. That was like some leftovers that just fucking, you know, somehow fell into the batch by accident. Fuck that. I'm not scared of all dogs, but I'm scared of dogs I don't know. Okay? And like, I feel like if you have a dog that is mean, or not mean, but a dog that looks mean, like if you have like a dog that, you know, looks intimidating, a big ass dog, you got like a pit bull or Rottweiler or a Doberman or some shit, you should put a bandana on it just so that people know it's nice, you know, because I don't think anybody's gonna see a dog with a bandana and assume it's a fucking bad dog. You know, like I see a dog with a bandana, I'm like, all right, he's a good boy. You know, he's rocking a bandana. No fucking murderers rock bandanas around their neck. Dogs, murderous dogs, at least. And then if he doesn't have it, then you know, you're like, okay, this dog can be fucked with. I don't know, because like, you never know what the fucking dog's going through in his head. You know? Because think about it, there's humans who we know, like there's always tons of stories of people who fucking are like, oh man, this guy was a neighbor, he was a great guy, he was a coach of the softball team, real great, nice dad. All of a sudden he snapped, shot up a fucking Walmart. You know, if humans can do it, I'm sure a fucking pit bull can too. Like, oh, he's the nicest dog ever. He's been great his whole life. He's great with kids. I'm like, yeah, you don't think he's gonna fucking have a bad day one day and be like, no, I don't want to fucking wear sunglasses. Okay? Snaps, bites a kid, rips his jugular out. It can happen. So that's why I'm just like a little weary. You know what's crazy? If a human bit my kid and I stabbed them, that'd be okay. But if a dog bit my kid and I stabbed it, people would be pissed. If someone fucking stabbed or bit my kid and I stabbed him, they'd be like, I would do the goddamn same thing. I probably would have fucking choked that motherfucker out, dragged him in the street. You don't fuck with my kid. Fucking golden retriever bites my kid on the leg and I stab it. People are like, hey, he was just playing. He was trying to say hello. Oh my God, you didn't have to stab the dog, you fucking monster. Jesus. I don't want to stab a dog, but I mean, I would if I had to. There was this dog that chased everybody in my family except me. His name's Bandit. It's this German Shepherd, and we have to walk past its house. I'd have to walk past its house every single day when I was walking home from school. And this dog, this fucking German Shepherd, there was something wrong with it too, where like it always had like bloodshot eyes. So I don't know what the fuck, if it had some disease or whatever, but his eyes always looked kind of like had a tinge of red to it, and it would just sit in this fucking window. And like I don't know if it barked to everybody else, but it felt like it barked more for me, like it wanted me, you know. And it's just like, fuck. Fucking Bandit, man. Still think about that bitch-ass dog. But the girl who owned Bandit had a fat ass. And I was always like, fuck, man, I want to get with Monique, but fucking dog, man. I'm not going to fucking put myself through that bullshit. Be on edge. Imagine trying to smash while I'm scared a fucking German Shepherd's gonna break into the room. Just can't do that. Fuck it, yeah. Fucking scared too is not good. Like I've smashed in public a couple times, and like, you know, it's like, I guess it's kind of exciting, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, I don't know. I used to have this one girlfriend who like wanted to do it all the time and stuff, and like, really, in the fucking, we're literally in a back alley right now. Do we have to do this? Every one time, the last time we did it was because we literally smashed into like some back alley and she wanted me to fucking bang her in, and then when we left, there was like a weird smell on us that we didn't know where it came from. And it was on my jacket, and I kind of thought it came from her pussy. But, you know, I'm like, was that your pussy? I was thinking it the whole time. I didn't say anything. And then we were like, we can't figure out what the smell is. It's so gross, whatever. And I'm like, it's not your pussy, is it? She's like, no, it's not my fucking pussy. Snapped. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. Okay? I'm just trying to help. All right? Now we can eliminate it from the list of things. I just have to throw it out just to make sure. Sorry. Yeah, you can't do that. Can't suggest that. Girls got nasty pum pum. My girl wears her underwear to bed, which I always thought, like, my mom always told my sisters they gotta, like, you know, air out their puss when they go to bed and shit. Anyone's parents ever tell them that? Well, I guess it must have only been Sandra and you. So, well, I don't know. Maybe someone else. Maybe your parents did say that to you guys. I don't know. Hey, dry out your puss before you go to bed. Please don't say that, Dad. I really appreciate it if you didn't. Gotta dry out that puss, son. What did has anyone here for? Oh man! All right, no, I'm not even gonna say that. That's disgusting. No, it's just for some reason. I saw my sister's tits a couple times. You know, it's so gross. Ugh. Ugh. I don't even know why. Yeah, I should have said anything. It's so gross. Fuck. Know what's so gross? This fucking my son, man. This guy, he always plays with spit in his fucking mouth all the time. And I'm like, buddy, stop fucking playing with spit in your mouth. And you're like, you know, and we'll just be driving and you see a and you'll turn around and you just fucking spit. So I was like, buddy, that's fucking disgusting. Stop. And it pisses me off. And like the reason it pisses me off even more is because like I got a spit fetish, you know? So I'm like, I can't watch that porn anymore where there's a girl like spitting on dick and like fucking spitting on titties and stuff like that. Because now I'm like fucking I try watching it, my kid. I just think of fucking Carter fucking playing with spit in his mouth. And I'm like, fuck, this fucking kid's ruining my porn, man. So I'm just trying to not watch porn now. Just trying to cleanse myself of it. It's not working. I went 5 days, and then I just started jerking off this shit on Instagram. And then I'm like, it's still like, what's bad? Is it the porn that's bad, or is it jerking off to something that's bad? Or is it bad at all? I don't know. Maybe it's like, if it's people getting exploited, so maybe should I like be paying somebody to jerk off to? I don't know. The dogs are like, stop talking about this, man. Fucking move on. I'll tell you guys one last thing. I could probably just say one last thing and get out of here, I assume. Feels like I've done my time. He's like, it's been 4 minutes, Chris. So there was this, I don't know if you guys saw this in the news, but there was an Aboriginal man in Australia who he traveled like 2,000 miles to his granddaughter's graduation. She graduated, I think, university or college or something. He traveled over 2,000 miles to go to her and perform a dance in celebration for her. And, it made like headlines and stuff. It was like really cool. And I was like, man, it's pretty dope. I'm like, I wonder if I can just do a dance for my granddaughter when I'm old. She's like, so are you going to get me for my graduation, Grandpa? I'm like, I'm just going to do a dance. All right. I hope you enjoy it. Soldier boy, walk Betty ho, watch me take it, watch me roll, watch me crank that soldier boy, the Superman, that ho, now watch me you. Happy graduation. Enjoy. I came from the heart, okay? And remember, Superman that ho. Okay. All right, thanks, man. My name's Chris Robinson. You guys are dope. Give it up for my motherfucking man, Lars Classington. Thanks for supporting live comedy.
Chris Robinson. Yeah, we got a hot one here in the alley. He's going in to use the tushy. Enjoy. He's like, oh, man, I just want to get the heat. We are ready to heat this alley up. She's been inside right now, literally getting warm, so I'm sure she's going to come in hot. She's a former Canadian Comedy Award winner, just taped her recent album, Haunted, and she's known around these parts in the alley as the mayor of comedy. Please give it up for Sandra Battolini. Sandra Battolini.
Guys, keep it up for Lars. Oh my God, it's fucking cold. What are we doing? My legs. I think my kidneys are frozen. Anybody else?
Yeah.
No peeing tonight. You know what I mean? Just icicles out of the puss. Hey, buddy, take it is, right? Imagine you have icicles coming out of your vag. That'd be hilarious. Everyone was talking about bidets. I think it should be mandatory that every house has a bidet. You know what I mean? In Germany, has everybody got a bidet, right?
Sometimes.
In Italy, it's like everybody, right? I think if Canadians had bidets, they would just be like, oh man, let's revolt. You know what I mean? You see what they're doing fucking Europe? That's because their fucking genitals are all fucking spreshed up. You know what I mean? Here, people are like, oh my god, I don't know, should I fucking revolt? Yeah, you should. Go fucking get a bidet, and you'll be out in the streets taking down this fucking tyranny. Am I right? Am I right? Right, guys. I'm done with this fucking situation. Anybody else? Oh my god, I hate this government. This government, all of them, they're all garbage. It's terrible. What was the other thing I wanted to? What was the other thing I wrote down that I? Oh, raccoons. Chris was saying he loves raccoons. Okay. So one night I'm at home and I had a roommate at the time, and I'm like in my bedroom and I hear like a crinkling and I'm like, what the fuck is it? And my fan is going because it's summertime. And then I go into, and then I was like, I don't know, this seems a little weird. So I go to I open the door and there's a fucking raccoon in the bedroom eating a bag of chips. Okay, I'm not lying, because I didn't have a screen in my room at the other room that time. Anyways, I like lost my shit. I was like, I've got stories of animals in my house. Do you wanna hear more?
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Is everybody too cold to laugh? I mean, I'm not saying you should laugh. It's not like, I don't know if I'm being funny. Whatever. I'm just fucking. I'm frizzing. Okay. I'll tell you some. Okay. So do you remember off the top of the lockdowns when there were stories about rats invading people's homes and being aggressive? You remember this?
Yeah.
Well, my house was one of those houses. Okay. Check this out. So much like my fucking raccoon story, I'm in my bed watching Netflix high, because that's how you do it, right? And I hear a ruckus downstairs. So I was like, oh my God. So I go downstairs. I don't turn any lights on because I don't want to fucking see shit. And I go downstairs and I just stomp my feet. I'm like, get out of my house, right? And then in the dark, it appeared to me that the rat had dragged the rat zapper. I don't know if you've seen these things. They're like these boxes that and you put peanut butter at the end, and if they walk in, they just get electrocuted. I know, I'm an executioner. Okay. Anyways, but just FYI, the rats don't walk in there because they're too smart. Just the mice do. All right. So anyways, it appeared to me in the dark that it had dragged this rat zapper in front of the dishwasher. And I was like, oh my God, look at this fucking thing. So I go back upstairs. When I wake up the next morning, I go downstairs, and it wasn't the rat zapper, but it was a box of arborio rice. Okay. I'm like, look at this bougie rat eating the good fucking rice. You know what I mean? Didn't touch the Uncle Ben's rice, but the arborio right there. But I was rattled. So I called the exterminator. I'm like, I got to deal with the shit. Exterminator comes. He's hot, and I'm like, seriously, am I going to fuck an exterminator? You know what I mean? How do you explain that to your friends? Yo, I had sex with a rat killer. You know what I mean? Like but it was lockdown, man. Things were desperate. You know what I mean? Anyways, this motherfucker lays out all the poison, puts the traps down, and I'm feeling confident until a week later, I'm in bed Monday morning, and I hear like a crinkling. I know, it's like, is it? I keep hearing crinklings. Am I psychotic? Maybe. But it was like, and I thought, oh, it's just the twins playing next door. Their bedroom was beside mine. But then the crinkling kept happening, and then I was like, I jumped up, and then a rat ran under my bed. I know. I was like, I almost passed out. I'm like, I can't, like, I always was told that if there's no food source, then they're not going to come. And I was on the second floor. I had no food in my bedroom, right? Anyways, I call the exterminator guy. I mean, good reason to call this guy back. You know what I mean? Right? I'm like, yo, this rat was in my bedroom, and he's like, I can't come till tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I shut the door. I go to my sister's, come back the next morning. The exterminator shows up, goes upstairs, and all I hear from downstairs, he just yells. He's like, ah! And then he runs downstairs. He's like, I've never seen anything like it. He's like, the rat was sitting on top of the chair, like he was waiting for him. Okay. And he had like blood on his nose because he'd already started to eat the poison. And I was like, oh my God, this is so fucked. And he's like, do you want to come and see? I'm like, no, I don't want to come and see. Are you crazy? Right. So anyways, he scoops the rat up, drives it down to Commissioner's, right? And then he comes back, we debrief, and he's like, He goes, it was a domesticated rat, right? It was someone's pet. And then and he's like, it looks like you made him comfortable. And I was like, what the fuck did I do to make this rat comfortable? You know, like if I can make a rat comfortable, how come I can't make a husband comfortable? You know what I mean? Like, what is this life, right? Anyways, I'm thinking, okay, we scooped the rat up, we're doing good, you know, until a couple weeks later, I'm back in my bed, you know, and watching Netflix, and I hear a ruckus downstairs, and I'm like, I can't go downstairs, I can't deal with this. My heart can't take it. But the next morning I wake up, when I go in the kitchen, there's like a brown mess in the corner, and I couldn't tell what it was. So I vacuum it up, and then when I turn around, I see on the kitchen counter there's like this box, this like little gift box that I got from doing a show at a weed bar, and there was like a chunk of weed in it and a weed brownie, and that's what the rat ate, guys, was the weed brownie. I never saw them again. You know how high this motherfucker must have gotten? And then he was probably like, you know, probably made him so high, he's like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? You know what I mean? Like, I'm such a piece of shit. I invade people's homes, scare the shit out of them, eat their food. This could have been the woman of my dreams, but I fucking scared her away. I'm a piece of garbage. Anyways, those are my fucking animal stories, guys. Oh, okay. I know that it was fucked. Okay, wicked. What? Oh yeah, okay. So whatever. I was reading an article about the RCMP and how pieces of shit they are. I don't know if you know do you know what the RCMP are? It's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. It's like the federal police, I guess. But you know what I learned? I don't know if you guys know the history of this paramilitary force. They used to be called the Northwest Mounted Police, and John A. Macdonald created this force because they needed to colonize the West. Like they needed to expand as just as much as the Americans were. Do you understand what I mean? Is that making sense? So they created this force to get the territories. Anyway, side note, right? And in this article too was talking about how they're branded, like their image is just as important as what they do, right? And it made me think too. I was like, if these motherfuckers can walk around, can ride horses around town, then why the fuck can't we? Nobody rides horses anymore. We ride cars, but these motherfuckers are the only ones who still get to walk, like ride around in a horse. You know, like how did they negotiate this? Like, was it a meeting? Right? And the guys are like, yo, man, don't take away our fucking horses. Okay. We need these horses because I would love to just go through town mounted. You know what I mean? Right? Go to fucking Shoppers Drug Mart, get off the horse, buy what I gotta buy, get back on the fucking horse. You know what I mean? How good. Anyways, new thoughts, no big deal. Whatever. Working it out here at the, you're so cold. You're not even, are you wearing your jacket? I know it's too cold. We're fucked. We're Canadians are fucked. This is fucked. But I'm loving it. I'm really having a great time. Okay, RCMP done. Take it easy. Another thought. Do you ever not go to a part of town because you want to avoid somebody, right? You're like, oh man, I can't go to that part of town. Last week I wanted to go to Gerrard East, but I was like, oh God, that's where my old hairdresser used to be, and I don't want to run into her because we had a falling out. You know. She told me I was late. Okay, true, I was late, but fucking relax, okay? You know, and because like, and I don't, you know, there's something so tender and intimate about a hairdresser. You know, like there's always like you don't want to, like if you leave them, you know, it's so crazy. That's not the same with an esthetician. You know what I mean? Like, how does the esthetician know that you went to see somebody else? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna tell on your, like you're walking around. You'll be like, oh, look at that. She's got more room around her crotch. You know what I mean? I can tell through the pants, right? Okay, good. New joke. All right, let's do it. I don't care. All right. Let's do it. There was an ad campaign, or there was an ad on a billboard on the DVP. It was like this guy in a an orange jumpsuit with his hands in handcuffs, and it said, "Don't commit health and dental benefits fraud. Fraudsfraud.ca." I was like, are you serious? You're going to throw a guy in jail for lying about a root canal? You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking severe. I'm like, if that's the case, then I'd like to see a billboard that has like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, And who's the other fucking loser? Zuckerberg's head on a platter with a guillotine in the background. You know what I mean? That just said, like, if you don't pay your corporate taxes, heads will roll. You know, fraudsfraud.ca. Okay, right? I hate these like. Okay, this is not a joke. I just saw a new. This is a new stat that the pandemic created 130 new billionaires and $21 trillion in new wealth. Anyways, I don't know if that's gonna move you to want to murder people, but I just wanted to put it out there. Okay, like did you guys see how when during the election campaign, Trudeau got belted with gravel? Did you remember that? What I was like, what? I'm like, this is all we're doing, Canada. We need more confidence. We're just gonna throw sand at the man. That's it. Like I don't know, like cement. I mean, that might be a little hard, like bricks. Bullets. I'm riffing. As long as this motherfucker ends up upside down in the town square, splattered with tomatoes like Mussolini, I'll be happy. Hey guys, I hate this fucking guy. I can't believe it was definitely fraudulent that he got in again, right? Like, there's no way. I don't know anybody who likes this piece of shit, right? So then somebody sends me a message. They're like, they'd seen my show. And they're like, hey, just a comment. That joke's not funny. It seems to excite assassination and violence. I'm like, were you fucking? Was there a riot after the fucking show? And she's like, 33% of Canadians voted for Trudeau. I'm like, whoa, what a hefty majority. What should I do? Go suck his fucking dick? You know what I mean? And also she wasn't listening because all I said was throw bullets, right? I didn't say shoot bullets. I said throw bullets. I'm not saying somebody's not going to shoot bullets, but it didn't come from me. You know what I mean? It didn't come from me. Okay, good. We're riffing. We're having a good time. Loving it. Oh, what am I? Okay, what's next? What's next on the roster, Roni? What did I? Oh, yeah. Okay, we did all this. This is good. Yeah, I just want to say this story. My mom, it was her birthday, and we were making Caesar salad, and we wanted to be authentic. So they were like, just go get some bacon at Longo's. My family lives up in Woodbridge. Big surprise, hey guys. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be quick, right? Go to Longo's. I go get the bacon. I'm like, I'll go to the express line. But when I get to the express line, there's this like Woodbridge Gina princess unloading her very full cart onto the conveyor, right? And everybody is tense, and the cashier doesn't know what to do, and she mouths, "I'm sorry" to me. And I was like, fuck this, man. I gotta say something. This is bullshit, right? So I say to the woman, I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, this is the express line, like 1 to 8 items. And she's like, I have children. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? And she's like, you know what? Why don't you mind your own business? And then I said to her, you're an asshole, right? Right in front of her kids. You know what I mean? And you know why? Because they needed to hear that day, right? Because all their short lives, they're like, I think my mom's a good mom, right? But then I show up, drop the truth, and they're like, oh man, I always knew something was up with this bitch. I always knew this bitch was an asshole, right? So anyways, after I say that, she's like, you know what? You need to learn how to talk in front of children. And then I was like, yeah, you're right. I was really aggressive. I didn't say that to her, but in my mind, right? And then I take a look at a little guy. He's like 2 years old, and he's screaming like an animal. And I'm like, what is this? What is this garbage human being right here? Do we need this? This is a waste, right? And then her 4-year-old daughter is standing there staring at me, something fierce. Like, she wouldn't let up. I'm like, what's up with this fucking kid? Like, to the point where I was like, is she giving me the evil eye? You know what I mean? Because the evil eye gets tossed around in Woodbridge like confetti. Okay. I don't know if you go up to Woodbridge, but like, that's why all the Italians got to get their knees replaced. And this is an epidemic with my people. Eventually the knees go. I don't know what it is, And if one Italian finds out that another Italian got their knees replaced, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna do 2 at the same time. Fuck Marie. Okay? Like, they compete in knee replacements. You know how sick this is? Anyways, so this little fucking kid is staring at me. I couldn't take it. So then I said to the kid, I'm like, what are you looking at? Right? I'm an adult person asking a 4-year-old, what are you looking at? Right? And then at that moment, she averts her gaze to look at her mother. And guys, the kid was cross-eyed. Okay? I asked the cross-eyed kid, what are you looking at? Probably a lot of things. I know you might be like, oh, poor little. No. That's the twat right there. That's a little twat at four, like a little cunt. You know what I mean? That's how they start at that fucking age, right? And if you keep pouring water on the cunt, they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you're like, man, fuck this Karen bitch, right? I'm sick of her fucking shit, right? And then you're like, yeah, you could have stopped it at, at Longo's. You could have stopped. You could have cut the cunt off at the knees, okay? Oh my God, I didn't think this was gonna be this fun. So happy, because times have been fucked up. So a couple of years back, I saw this ad for a birth control called Nexoplan. It's like a patch that they implant into women's armpits. I know it sounds fucking disgusting. And the ad says for up to 3 years of pregnancy protection, so you can take care of the rest, right? And I'll read you some of this. It's like, when getting pregnant isn't part of your 3-year plan, but pumping is. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Up to 3 years of protection, so you can take care of the rest. Take a trip, save up, get a job, finish school, fall in love, get your own place. And I'm like, that's a lot of shit to do in 3 years. I've done all that shit, but it took me 24 years, no pregs. You know what I mean? No semenage. That's Italian for semen. Anybody out there? No semenage in this bowl of spaghetti, okay? Right? I know, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. It's so fun, so stupid. And then, there's all the, what do you call that? The side effects, right? So, at first it was the warnings. And it's like, once it's implanted in your armpit, you and your doctor should feel around for it to make sure it's there. Can you imagine? Like, the doctor's like, I don't know. He's Italian. He's like, I don't know. I put it in your armpit. What's it doing in your ankle? Right? So then it goes on. It's like, if you become pregnant while using Nexoplan, you'll have a slightly higher chance that the pregnancy will be ectopic, meaning it'll happen outside of the womb. Like, I don't know, the armpit, right? Imagine just a fucking baby, right? Like this, you're just walking around 9 months. Yeah, man, this thing's coming pretty soon, I can't wait because this arm needs a rest. And it's like the use of Nexoplan may also increase your chance of serious blood clots like deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary thrombosis, stroke, and heart attack. Other common side effects include headaches, vaginitis, inflammation of the vag. You know what I mean? Puffy vag syndrome. Weight gain, acne, breast pain, viral infections such as sore throat, stomach pain, painful periods, mood swings, nauseousness, depressed mood, back pain, and nausea. And I'm like, holy shit. You know what? You should have just had the fucking baby, right? Because who's going to fuck you now with all the fucking thrombosis and the deep veins? You know what I mean? Like, you could have had a baby. Would have taught you something about life. Like, would have made you laugh. Would have made you cry. But now you have to fucking be selfish and, go to Jamaica and buy a condo. Now you're fucked, right? So that's that. There's like, there's been side effects to this current vaccine. One of the ones that I took note of is how women are, experiencing like spontaneous and long-lasting periods. I don't know if you heard about this. And I was like, it made me think of an ad. It's like, the COVID-19 vaccine for longer-lasting spontaneous periods. Because why bleed for some of the month when you could bleed all of the month forever? Okay, yeah, all right, let's do it. Okay, not bad. All right, okay. That's kind of it that I had planned here, but maybe is that it? Is that my time? Larzy? Like time to go? I can go. I can do one more. I mean, I didn't even write down one more. What the fuck? Hold on, let me look at this. Look at how prepared I am. Let's fucking lick it up.
Tell the story of when I was in. We were walking by your place.
Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll do that. This is my good friend Melissa. So, during the lockdowns, her and I would go for walks, always on the full moon. Okay, this would just happen, and she'd have her period. You know what I mean? Like, it was fun. She's like, "Oh, I'm here again." I'm like, "I know. When the moon is full, so are you." Sorry for revealing your period status, but what are we gonna do? Anyways, this is before the vaccine. So anyway, when periods were regular. Anyways, so she shows up. We go for a long walk. We come back. And we were starting to walk up the alley between my house and the photo studio that's beside my house. And then all of a sudden, this guy runs out and he's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "my girlfriend's taking a shit in the alley." And we're like, "Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, it's cool, right?" And then she yells from the shitter. She's like, "I'll clean it up." And I'm like, "Wow, thank you. That's so nice of you." Right? And then a couple of days later, I'm out in the back cleaning up, and she's like, I'm cleaning my backyard, and she's cleaning the alley. She did a pretty good job. There was a bit of a waft of shit at one point. I don't know. Times are tough. What are you gonna do? And she's like, and she comes and she gives me like a used mask, like a black mask. She's like, "Here you go." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. It's okay." She's like, "Accept gifts that are given to you." And I'm like, "Oh yes, dear, great oracle, right?" Like fucking homeless people always have the wisdom. You know what I mean? Like they just do. They just pop, and you're like, "Oh my god, yes, I will. Drop all my possessions." You know what I mean? Anyways, that's my time. Thank you so much, guys. Keep it going for Lars. Keep it going for Comedy Alley and braving this cold weather. Thank you.
Sandra Battolini, everybody. Applauso. Guys, there you go. Melissa. The sign. Here, I'm going to give it to Aaron. Give it up for Aaron, a.k.a. Mullet McGee. But we're throwing it back here. He's going to be applause sign Aaron. All right. Make sure, just a quick plug, make sure you hit us up at Laughing Vikings so you can follow us and really connect with all of these comedians tonight. You've seen Braden Lynch. You just saw Sandra Battolini. You saw Chris Robinson. And also hit us up on Dropbox. You guys on Dropbox? Hit me up on Dropbox. You got to be ahead of the curve for the next big social media. Remember when everyone was getting on TikTok and you're like, "Oh, should I or shouldn't I?" Get on Dropbox. Get on Dropbox. I got a big old box. We can drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When your file's too big, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When your hard drive's full, drop it like it's hot. Seriously, hit us up on Dropbox, guys. All right, your final act of the night. So we're doing something special here. So many of these comedy shows in the last 18 weeks have been magical. They've been special in all their weird different ways. I feel like there's a little magic in this alley. So you know what? I'm going to get the fucking best magician I know personally to come to this alley. He's toured and done fringe festivals all over the world. He's also done a TEDx talk. And he's here in an alley for you guys. Once he was voted Toronto's best magician. And get this, Mullet McGee, a.k.a. applause sign Aaron, is his brother. Give it up for Keith Brown, everyone. Mullet McGee, Keith Brown.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? Yeah, this is the coldest fucking show I've ever done in my life. I really wish I wore socks or just thicker pants. But my name's Keith Brown, and I've been doing magic longer than I haven't, believe it or not. And yeah, if any of you looked at who here saw the poster and then was like, "I'm coming to the show"? Anybody? Because the poster was a fucking lie. This beard is not all my promo is a lie. If you're wondering how long we've been in a pandemic, this is how long. My pandemic beard. Yes, I normally have a baby face, and all of my reviewers, that's the first thing they comment on. But you know what? It is cold as a motherfucker in here, so I thought it'd be fun if we did a magician's warm up, and you can all do it with me. This will literally warm you up. So if you have 2 free hands, that's all you need. You just need to put them out like this. If you don't have, and if everyone at home, you can do this as well. Whether you're watching live or after the fact, you just put out both your hands like this. If you have a drink or something, take a sip, sit down. But wiggle your fingers. Yeah, that's right. Show me your best jazz hands. Looking good. Take your thumbs and point them to the ground like this, so your palms are facing out. And then you're going to cross your arms and go, whoosh. Thank you for making the noise. If you did not make the noise, I'll be honest with you, it's not going to work. So I'll give you an extra second just in case. Thank you for your honesty, 2 people. Put your hands together, squeeze tight. And I want you to try to wiggle just your pinkies. Just your pinkies. Yeah. Now, if you're moving like your ring there in the back, just squeeze a little bit tighter. I know it's kind of hard for some people. Ring and pinky are connected. But otherwise, looking pretty good. I can't even tell if you're doing it in the back. This light is blinded. But here, this one's a little easier. Try to wiggle your right thumb. Judging by the look on most of your faces. Many of you are wondering which is my right thumb. I'll give you a hint. It's the one attached to your right arm. Now I want you to wiggle your left or your other thumb, depending on how well you listen to instructions. Do both of the index fingers. Ooh, yeah. And this is the hardest one, okay? On 3, I want you to go 1, 2, 3. Point your thumbs to the sky. Yeah. I should mention it's magician's warm up. It only works for magicians. But now that I'm warmed up, are you ready to have some fun?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. By the way, I hate to tell you this, but I think Mullet McGee. I'm gonna do everything I can to make that name stick. That was like the highlight of the night for me. If you heard one guy laughing in the back at that, that was me. Yes, family. Now look, I'll be honest with you. There is some like participatory stuff. I'm not just gonna, stand here and talk about how much I wish that Goofy was a raccoon or something. So I'll be honest with you. There may be a person or two that comes up here, but only if you're comfortable. So I'm not going to make anyone do anything they don't want to. If you want to wear a mask and feel more comfortable, it is a pandemic. If that's cool with you, awesome. If not, if I gesture you and ask you to come up on stage, just say, hey, no, thank you, and we'll find someone who is. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Because if you do come up here, I promise you, I will teach you, treat you like the kings and queens and amazing people that you are. Sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. By quick show of hands, who here believes they make their own decisions? Yeah, okay. By show of hands, who here doesn't think they make their own decisions? Normally at this point, married men raise their hand, or their wives raise it for them. But yeah, we're gonna play a game. It's all about decisions. I do need someone to help me out. And there's someone in the back. You're wearing like a red sort of puffy coat. You're looking behind you as if there's somebody else. Yes, I'm talking to you. What's your name? Jonathan, would you mind coming up on stage and joining me as everyone gives you a nice round of applause? Let's hear for Jonathan. Awesome, Jonathan. I'm gonna have you stand right here for me. We can share this tiny stage. But Jonathan, thank you so much for joining me. Real appreciate it. Jonathan, I brought with me a postcard, and on the other side of this postcard, I wrote down 4 sentences, and they're 4 sentences of what I'm going to try to will you to do as a human being. Okay? He's a little excited. I like this. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. It's nothing embarrassing. So like, you're not going to dance like a chicken, take your clothes off. It's not that kind of show. It's also very cool. So very quickly, I'm going to show you the other side of this postcard. You can just verify for everyone. There is writing, yes?
Yeah.
You don't need to like process anything, what it said, but we're just going to leave this right here on top of the case, and we're going to come back to this later because it's very important to the game we are about to play, Jonathan. And Jonathan, very important question. Do you think there's any way that I can influence your thoughts or maybe even your physical actions?
I think there's a potential that you could.
You think there's a potential that you could, a willing participant. My job is easier than I ever think. So look, the game is very simple. We're going to play with 3 items. The first of which is this nice big coin. This coin is actually a commemorative coin from the city of Windsor, where BK Knox and I went to university together, believe it or not. Yes. So look, we have a coin. We also have a pen deep in my trench coat here. So we have a coin, we have a pen. We're also going to play with my watch, okay? So 3 items: coin, pen, and watch. And again, one more time. Is there any way you think I could influence your thoughts, maybe even your physical actions? And you said there's a potential. Okay.
You want to take it?
Ooh. See, you just picked up on something. You actually asked me, do you want me to take this pen? Most people, without thinking about it, they would take this pen from me without me saying anything at all. So you know what? I was kind of joking earlier that you might be a, sort of like an easy person to toy with. You might be harder than I thought because you're already picking up on some stuff. The fact that we can say things without saying anything at all. Okay, but look at these items. In a moment, I'm going to turn around just like this. How exciting. I'm going to hold them behind my back, and I'm going to ask you to pick up 1 in each hand, okay? So you're going to take 2 of the items from me, 1 in each hand. You're going to leave me with 1 of the items, okay? Doesn't matter which you choose, but look at the items right now. You don't have to make a decision just yet, because you still have a few moments, but just remember, Jonathan, decisions determine our destiny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to take 2 of those in a moment, 1 in each hand, okay? So again, look at the items one more time.
Okay.
Look at me. And remember, decisions determine our destiny. When you're ready, go ahead. By the way, you're also gonna have this urge to run and hide, even though no one's chasing you. It's completely normal. Don't be alarmed. But when you're ready, go ahead and pick up a 1 in each hand for me. Fair, yes. Fair.
Fair.
By the way, like we've never met before. Earlier tonight, I didn't offer you $20 in the parking lot or in another alley. Like the choices that you made are that of your own free will, yes? And I also told you that you'd probably go run and hide. No one's chasing you. He's already hiding the items behind his back. That's fine. But very fairly, one of the items, just place it in my hand. Fair, yes? All this held fair, right?
Sure. I don't think I understand what you mean by fair.
Like you made normal decisions, right? You just made some
So
decisions.
you told me to pick up 2.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Nothing funny about it. And again, I didn't offer you money. You just made decisions of your own free will. However, they haven't. They have not been because I told you about this postcard. And I'm going to have you read this out, sentence by sentence for us, just because I don't want anyone to think I'm making this. What is the first? You can hold this yeah, right there. What is the first sentence? So you can use the mic.
Free will has been taken.
What is the?
I will be holding the coin.
Can you show
You will be
everybody?
holding the watch.
You have the coin. And what is the next one? say?
Finally, the pen will be hidden.
One more time. What does that one say?
I will be holding the
What
coin.
does the next one say?
You will be holding the watch.
And finally,
Finally, the pen will be hidden.
behind the back, hit it. Is that pen amazing? Woo! That's the game. I'll take those items back. Big round of applause for Jonathan. Thank you so much. Thank you. There go the wipes. Wipe away wipes. Fantastic. Thanks for helping me out, Jonathan. That's all that is. You can tell how long it's been since I've been on stage by the awkward pauses and by the beard. But hey, we're gonna keep this rolling. Would you actually like to see something I've been working on? Something like it's new during the pandemic. Haven't really showed anybody. You can actually I'll show it to you, and you can tell me by like a round of applause whether thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you like this bit. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
That's my way of prefacing if this piece sucks. Sorry. But look, in this case of wonders, I brought with me not only a paper bag, but an old school Coke bottle. Ooh, yeah. And look, I need all of your help for this. We're going to put that bottle all the way in there. And I want you to give me like your best magical gesture towards the bag. Yes, I like it. And just like that, you did this, not me. I can't take any credit for this. Believe it or not, that Coke bottle has vanished. Oh my God. Incredible. Amazing. I know. But you know what? If you know what's harder than making something vanish is making it reappear. So give me, again, your best magical gesture. And just like that, the Coke bottle has returned, folks. Thank you very much. Impressive. Thank you. I know. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumb. You know what? I didn't think this bit was good. I probably shouldn't keep it in the act after that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Luna, thank you. Luna's going to do this next bit. No, she's not. She's gone. I'll be honest. I've been doing magic like longer than I have, and I turned 30 this year, believe it or not. And I've been doing magic like 20 years. And I know that I'm not the only person that has ever wanted to be a magician. And my question here tonight, is there anyone here that has ever wanted to be a magician? If so, please raise your hand. Please, it's hard to tell. Jonathan's hands back up. Jonathan, yo, you know what? This is going to be the Keith and Jonathan show. Jonathan, get your ass back up here. Let's hear it for Jonathan. Jonathan, I don't even need the mic for this. You're going to need the mic for this. One, I want you to do is like power stance. Power is firm stance. Yeah. Nice big deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Fantastic. Yeah. Awesome. And are we on or? Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, nice big deep breath. You know, want you to channel that inner strength there, and I want you to say to yourself, "I'm going to be great."
I'm going to be great.
Yeah. Now I want you to say it again, but I want you to like really, really mean it. I want you to make everyone in this alley believe, and not only everyone in the alley, but like the people on the other side of the street. So once more time, nice big deep breath.
I'm going to be great.
Yes, is he not going to be fantastic? He is. He's going to be absolutely great. Jonathan, you are about to magish. That's the verb for magic. I'm the magic guy. It's my show. I make it up, so it's true. but I made your job easy. I wrote everything you need to say down on these postcards or cue cards. So if you read these cue cards, I promise you something extraordinary is going to happen. These people are going to go crazy wild. They might even give you a standing ovation. They might even throw money. And I'm not talking coins, like not the paper bills, but the plastic bills, the good stuff. So when you're ready, please take it away.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to my show. I am the great Jonathan.
The great Jonathan. Woo!
The best magician in the world. I'm about to show you the most amazing trick ever. For this, I'll need a volunteer. Don't all rush at once. So let me choose someone.
Choose anyone you want. They don't have to come up on stage. You can say right where they are, but who would you like to have help you?
I'll have that man with the glasses over there. What is your name? What's your name? Jeff. I knew that. What do you do?
Student.
I knew that too. Please think of any playing card. In the deck.
Do you have the card?
You found one? You picked a playing card?
I thought of one.
Yeah, you're thinking of one.
Yeah.
For the first time, name your card.
7 of hearts.
Amazing! Oh my god! I knew you'd name that. You don't believe me? Allow me to prove it. Earlier on today, I had this funny feeling about one special card. And I placed it inside this envelope.
One more time. You said your card was the...
7 of hearts.
Please open up. Open up that envelope. Do your best.
Boom, 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 boom.
Give it an open. Here. We're a little stuck. This one's small. Here. In there. Oh, there we go. There's some tape on the back. There we go.
And in my hand, I have the 7 of hearts. Woo!
Let's hear it for the amazing Jonathan. Thank you so much. I'll take that card back. Let's keep it going for him. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful help. By the way, after the show, people are going to ask you how this is done. Just remember, a magician never reveals their secrets. All right, well, we'll give this one a shot. You know what? I think we got time for like 1 or 2 more. Is that okay? We're not gonna die from hypothermia just yet. Look, we're gonna take these cards and I'm gonna magician proof them. I'm gonna like sleight of hand proof them with these elastic bands. Most of my act comes from the dollar store, if you couldn't tell. But look, I'm just gonna wrap these around the deck because I'm gonna throw these out into the audience in a moment. So if you see these cards coming at you, it's not an illusion. Either catch them or move. Okay. So here we're gonna put a third one on just for safety's sake. So I'm gonna start with you right here in the front. It started with an M. Was it Melissa?
Yeah.
Excellent, amazing. So I'm gonna toss these to you. I want you to do your best to catch them. And when you do have them, hold them so the cards are face down, like you're gonna deal a card game. But then with like your thumb, your other fingers, just like kind of pop it open like a book, just like a little bit, so you can see one card only, and then close everything up. Does that sound good, Melissa? So here we go. Yes, nice catch. So again, hold the cards like you're going to deal a game, and then just lift up anywhere you want. See a card. As soon as you got it, close everything. Okay, excellent. And then throw those cards to somebody else. Like, please acknowledge the person before you throw them at them.
Right. Okay.
And it can be just right across the aisle, all the way to Germany. Love it. Yes. And again, hold the cards like you're dealing a game. Lift up anywhere you want. See a card. You got it. Close everything up. And then throw to someone in the back. And again, like, please acknowledge them. Don't throw them by surprise here. Excellent. That's what the elastic's for. Did they explode? Are they still good? Okay. And hold the cards like you're playing a game. Keep the cards face down. Just crack it open somewhere. Remember cards, close them up, and give the deck to one more person. And you're gonna do the same thing, Jonathan. You're gonna do the same thing. Hold the cards. You looked in there. You saw a card. Close everything back up. And then can we just slowly, not all the way. We can do like person by person. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work. Woo. Blinded by that light. Thank you for not murdering me. So there's 4 people that are thinking of playing cards right now from this deck. If you are thinking of playing card, I'm going to ask you to just please stand up for me right now. Go ahead, seriously, stand up. It's not like TV. It's a real show. Think of your playing card. I'm going to try to ask you a question. Just answer me honestly. What's your favorite food to eat? We know eating is your favorite thing to do, or one of the things you do for fun.
Peanut butter.
You like eating peanut butter, just peanut butter, not with anything, but okay. I like that. That tells me a lot about you. Jonathan, in the back, what's your favorite movie?
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. Ooh, I like that. And just in front of Jonathan, if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Turkey. Ooh, I had Turkish food the other day. Fantastic. Good answer. Ooh, I'm thinking of a tough one for you. What's like a favorite childhood memory?
Go to the beach.
Going to the beach. I like your style. Going to the beach is the exact opposite of coming to this comedy alley and seeing a show in the freezing fucking cold. But look, all of you are thinking playing cards, and I asked you a question, and your question did tell me something about you. But hopefully, it also told me something about your playing card, because there was a few cards that I was getting. There was one heart, there was a diamond. So here, I'm going to name some cards. If I get your cards correct, you can just go ahead and sit down, because the cards that I were getting, there's a jack of diamonds, a 4 of hearts, a 2 of clubs, and the 8 of spades. If that was your card, go ahead, sit down for me. Yeah. Excellent. For those at home who could only see Melissa sit down, everyone else sat down. Actually, I want to do something I've never done before. I want you to all look at the back. Empty space, right? Just the curtain. The people at home are not going to believe this. So you really need to be the eyes and the ears of the audience for everyone at the live stream. But one second, because we're about to make an elephant appear. Amazing! Incredible! I know. Everyone at home is not going to believe it, but that is a real elephant. And you know what? Gone. Impressive. Thank you. I know. That just goes to show, if you're watching this at home, you really need to be here to see the good shit. But look, I think we have time for one more. By round of applause, you want to do one more? And then we'll all go somewhere warmer and probably drink some booze. Great. Melissa, you're such a good sport. Do you mind coming up here and helping me out? That'd be great. Let's hear from Melissa. Thank you so much. Awesome. Come up here. I know it's probably a work hazard, but hey, do me a favor. Take out any playing card, and make sure it's different than like the one you just thought of. Different card, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. And I have a marker here because I'm going to actually ask you for your autograph. So here, take this card, and I want you to sign across the identity of your card, not across the back. But yeah, you can sign it nice and big. You can do a little doodle, a smiley face. You can do whatever you want. It's your life, you know. By the way, very, very nice nails. Those are like top notch. Yeah, they're like sparkly, got gold on them. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'll take that marker back. And I want you to just show the card around to everyone. Go, ooh. Excellent. It doesn't matter if I see it because, you know, I've seen this one before. I hate myself for telling that joke. But look, normally when you shuffle the cards, they face the same way, right? It doesn't matter if you overhand shuffle, you river shuffle, the cards, they go face down, or we could do like face up and a face up. But they all face the same way. The thing is, we are not going to shuffle normally because, as you might have noticed, I am not normal. So, Melissa, just to make sure, is your card on top?
No.
Is it on the bottom?
No.
Good. If it was, that would be a coincidence. I would try to take credit for it, but it's just a coincidence. So, look, take the cards and give them the best shuffle as you can. Yeah. Excellent. I also told you that we're not going to shuffle normally. I brought a very sophisticated piece of technology to help us. No, that's fine. If this trick fucks up, no, I'm kidding. I told you we're not going to shuffle normally. Very sophisticated piece of technology to help us out. It's a paper bag. Yeah, most of my act comes from the dollar store. Excellent. You're giving those a nice mix. And I just want you to verify for everybody, like empty bag, right? Empty bag. Empty bag, empty bag. Put just your hand in there, just your hand, nothing else, just your hand. Feel around, nothing, right? Go ahead, drop all the cards inside. Excellent. Yeah, go for it. Because I told you we're not going to shuffle normally. So in a moment, I'm actually going to have you pinch the bag like this.
Okay.
And then you're going to go. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, go for it. Very thorough job. Luna's here. Luna's chilling. Most people don't shuffle this long. Yeah, go a little more. Because we're not shuffling normally, we're also not going to find this card normally. It was an alley. How did you expect no one to have a knife? Look, I'm going to take this back. I told you we're not going to find this card normally. So on 3, looks like this. 1, 2, 3. 1 card on the knife. It doesn't even need to be your card because it's just fucking cool. But be honest with me. Does that card look familiar?
Yes, it does.
Very carefully slide that card off. And please, can you show everybody your signed 8 of clubs? Yes! Let's hear from Melissa. Melissa, you get to keep that card. That is for you. Thank you so much for helping me out. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we'll fist bump. Appreciate that. Let's keep it going for Melissa one more time. And folks, but before I go, my name is Keith Brown. You can follow me on the social medias. It's Keith H. Brown, all one word. You can see me without a beard. But before I go, if you do happen to have a drink or something on you, I just want to take this opportunity to propose a toast. Thank you so much for coming out to the Comedy Alley. Lars, thanks so much for having me. Cheers, everybody.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Keith Brown, everyone. I can see brains on the alley floor here. Your minds are blowing.
Thank you.
Also, earlier you saw Braden Lynch, you saw Chris Robinson, you saw Sandra Battolini. Believe it or not, we're going to do it again tomorrow night. And then next weekend, 29th and 30th, we're doing a Halloween bash. And then we're going to take a break for the winter instead of dying out here. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. Enjoy the rest of the night. And we'll see you soon. We did it.
Into the heat.
Into the heat.
I love the one where
Yeah. It's like, oh,
what's like that where they make it look like, I don't know what it's called, but they make it look like
you know exactly what your brain is thinking.
Enjoy your life,